Bansou Sentai Kizuna 5 vs Lupinranger vs Patranger. The story begins at the Global Special Police Organization Japan branch, where a bunch of people are forming a strike as the TV news report about one of the Patrangers being involved in a crime of burning a museum, which results in the death of a young boy named G. As the Patrangers, Kichiro Asaka, Sakuya Hikawa, and Tsukasa Myojin, were wondering who was actually responsible for the crime, Commander Hilltop had no choice but to fire the Patrangers, since the reputation of the global police must go on without them, since the person who framed them have the same abilities and form as them, which tracks all back to the Global Special Police Organization. So now Kichiro, Sakuya, and Tsukasa hand over their versus changers and trigger machine as they are relieved of their duties for the safety of the people of Japan. But this led to people going against the police, since they witnessed the unknown Patranger causing the fire and the murder of G. 6 months later, in the present day, Kichiro is now working as a cashier at a deli market, but hides his face from the world since the strike is still happening. Tsukasa is working as a part-time babysitter to look after some children that parents trusted, since they believed that the Patrangers weren't responsible for the crime. And Sakuya is working as a house husband alongside his new wife, Umiko Hayami, Lupin Yellow, after they finally decided to be together without having to worry about being on different sides of the law. Meanwhile, at the spacecraft known as Shred Skull, the Breakup King was introduced to a gangler monster named Jessica, who has possession of the prototype versus changer and versus vehicles to become both Lupin Black and Patron Ikigu, as it was revealed that he was the one who was responsible for burning the museum and killing the young boy to make the people believe that the Patrangers did it. This makes the Breakup King impressed, as he orders him to use his Lupin collection to make the people turn against the Kizuna 5 team by making them believe that they are villains, in order for him to steal the people's bond energy once they lose all faith in them. At the reopening Lupin Estate Cafe, the Kizuna 5, Togo, Nagar, Emily, Shuji, and Tsukasa, are enjoying their meals as they spotted their top chef, Tomoya Maki, Lupin Blue, impressing the customers with his cooking skills, while the waiter, Kariyano, Lupin Red, is writing the orders for what the customers wants to eat. But then the Lupin Estate Cafe was under attack by Jessica as Lupin Black, who plans to draw out the Kizuna 5 to attack him. Meanwhile, at the Global Special Police Organization France branch, Noel Takao, Lupin X, Patron X, is discussing with Tenri Nikaido, Kizuna Silver, about clearing the Patrangers' name, since they have found out about that the ganglers have experimented on a human man named Jessica, who appears to be the descendant of Jack the Ripper and one of Arsene Lupin's feared enemies. Noel explains that Jessica sold his humanity to the ganglers after finding out that he was extremely ill with a rare disease known to man, as he claims that he would rather live as a monster than die as a mere human. After Tenri has gathered all the evidence that she and Noel needed to clear the Patrangers' name, they saw on the news that the Kizuna 5 are being under attack by the people of Japan, since Lupin Black used the Black Dial Fighter to brainwash the people and making them believe that the Kizuna 5 are the true enemies. Back in Japan, Sakuya is happy to be married to Umiko after they haven't seen each other in years, as he believes that it is time for their friends to know about it until they witness the Kizuna 5 being attacked by the citizens who are under Lupin Black's control, which led to Umiko to pull out her versus changer to shoot at Lupin Black as Sakuya assists her to save the Kizuna 5 from the brainwashed civilians. When Jessica used the trigger machine Ikigu to transform into Patron Ikigu to attack both Umiko, Sakuya, and the Kizuna 5, they were shocked to find out that he was the one who caused the fire at the museum and responsible for the death of G, as Jessica explains that the humans are nothing more than wild animals for him to hunt down and kill for his own pleasure, as he was about to attack them until the TV news began to play the footage of Jessica's attempt to frame the Patrangers on the big screen, which causes the people to break free from his control and started to run in fear. When Jessica began to feel furious and transformed into his true gangler form, Tenri and Noel showed up with Kari, Toma, Kichiro, and Tsukasa as they were given back their Versus Changers and Versus vehicles for both the Lupinrangers and the Patrangers to join forces with the Kizuna 5 team to face against Jessica as he summons a horde of Portomen and Ingekons. Kizuna Red with Lupin Red and Patranger, Kizuna Blue with Lupin Blue, Kizuna Yellow with Lupin Yellow, Kizuna Green with Patranger, Kizuna Pink with Patranger, and Kizuna Silver with Lupin X. After the Kizuna 5 team, the Lupinrangers and the Patrangers have defeated the Portomen and the Ingekons as they run towards Jessica to finish him off. Good Striker shows up with Jackpot Striker to assist the Lupinrangers and the Patrangers as they insert them into their Versus Changers to fuse together into Lupin Tricolor and Patranger, while Noel managed to retrieve the prototype Versus vehicles from Jessica's safes. So now Noel transforms into Patron X and the Kizuna 5 team pull out their marriage beam guns to join alongside the Lupinrangers and the Patrangers to perform the Big Bond Victory Super Strike to finally defeat Jessica for good as he explodes into nothing. The next day, Togo and his friends alongside the Lupinrangers and the Patrangers are congratulating Sakuya and Umika's marriage as they were happy for them to finally be together until he noticed that Umika is feeling a bit nervous about something as she tells everyone that she is pregnant with Sakuya's child, which makes the Lupinrangers and Patranger shocked to hear the news, especially Sakuya as he passed out of shock on the floor. The Lupinrangers and the Patrangers run towards Sakuya to see if he's alright while Togo and his friends are enjoying what they are seeing as Umika decided to name the child after Sakuya if it's a boy, but also named it Sakimi if it's a girl.